Hi, in this demo, we'll show you how ServiceNow provides the platform, AI, and out-of-the-box workflows for a logistics exception management process from a real customer example. Said customer needed to handle logistics exceptions in a more efficient manner, so we've created this solution. Our personas are Frank the supplier, Chief and the Weighbridge operator, and Mike, the Weighbridge operations manager.
Let's start our journey in the Supplier Portal, which is part of our source-to-pay solution. Now, what Frank would do is he would raise requests, and in that request, for instance, he would provide the invoice details. So in that invoice details, let me just submit it first, and he will upload the document, which needs to be parsed once it's sent to Chief N's organization. Now, once that's sent, let's change now the persona to Chief N, who's managing the Weighbridge operations, as well as the accounts payable process. What you see here is the source to pay dashboard. For this task, let's go to the invoice that's been created by Frank's organization, which is Vantage Incorporated. Let's review this invoice in PDF formats. And what we'll see in the next screen is the PDF with the various details already absorbed or parsed into the critical fields for my processing. Both the information that's coming from the supplier and the goods being delivered seems to be okay. So I accept this. Let's review and submit. As soon as I submit this, it triggers an agent saying that here's the pieces of information, and I will now create a Weighbridge task based on this invoice data. And once it's completed, then I can then move on to my Weighbridge dashboard where I can manage all of the activities related to Weighbridge. Now, we have here the number of open tasks, number of trucks coming in, total task over the day or over a week. But let's focus then onto the next steps in terms of managing the Weighbridge task. I can connect to my ERP system, for example, in SAP, that's table T001W, and I could just get that task. And once I populate it, it will then add all of the necessary details related to that SAP table without me keying it manually. And that's done through zero copy connectors to ERP. What I'd do next, though, is something super cool where I would get information from the CCTV of the truck that's coming in, as well as maybe the driver's license of the person delivering it. And what I'd like to do is to simply just scan these. That's sent to me via like a file system. What I'll use ServiceNow Lens. I'd like to show you how we can just get that image, scan it, and what it would do then, it would get the critical data of this image and match it into the fields in my form. You can see that it's just been updated here based on that Scania truck with the vehicle number. Next thing that I'd like to do is to get the details of the driver's license. So I'd then add it here, and you can see that it's updated right away as well. So that's reducing the number of checks that I need to do before I even capture the weight. So now that I've captured the weight using an IoT device that's sending the information via REST API, I'd also like to get maybe the weight from the pallets that are included in the truck without me doing much of reconciliation or manual keying in. Now, once that I've done that, looks like I'm ready for it to be sent for approval. The agent's actually just done that for me, and it will send this now to my manager. Now, I log in as Mike Adiza, who's a very busy plant manager. I probably don't have time to look at all of these tasks. So what the AI agent is doing for me then is to say, hey, look, a new request has just been created. Would you like to approve this? So let's just do that quickly. Here it is. You can see the details of the request here. I don't even have to log into the details of the request here because I can just go to Now Assist, look at the text or look at the prompts, and then add here, approve. And from here, after I've approved it, then it would do the necessary read or write updates to the SAP tables or to the relevant third-party systems using our integration hub spokes, or as I've mentioned earlier, zero copy for ERP.